According to recent survey, only about 30% of Kenyans consistently cover all their monthly expenses with money left over for investing or saving or whatever. And this is very sad. I have also been in this category for the longest time, and it's until I learned some personal finance principle that I started moving away from these statistics. And for the longest time, I have dreamt of having not just money, but the ability to invest and also create wealth. Wealth that will ensure my kids have a great life and they can afford what we once thought that is only for the rich or only the rich could, and live comfortably and generally my whole family, including my parents, a dream that I have, which one day I believe I'm going to accomplish. And if you're like me, and I believe most people are, you have probably felt this too. But here is the truth. I started feeling like I'm moving towards, or I'm making steps towards this journey when I learned the following 10 things. 10 proven money principles tested by some of the wealthiest people in the world and outlined in the most important books, all personal finance books in the world. And now these principles are available to us for free if you know where to look. Can you believe it? We are living in a global market where everyone is, or everything is available to everyone. And not to worry, because I have put them together for you. And let's dive into these 10 money principles you need to embrace to build generational wealth, or to build a safe space for you, your kids, your family, yes, and your relatives as well, because it's an extended family thing, is it? Let me know in the comment section what you feel about this, about black tax and things like that, because as for me, I think it's something that I need to take care of those behind me. That is what I believe. I know some people feel something different from this, but I believe that if I'm in a position to help those who are behind me, why not? I'm in a position to help other people in the family, why not? I'm going to do it if I can, yes? Number one principle is pay yourself first, and this goes without saying. This has to be the number one in our list. It has to be the number one. You need to start with this. Start treating investing like a bill that you must pay. And I think this is the most important principle when it comes to growing your wealth and prioritizing yourself. And this is a culture you have to build, because it's not easy. You need to be setting aside at least 10% of your income to invest that money. And paying yourself first means that you're putting money aside that will be earning you more money, or basically creating a passive income for yourself. This is money working for you. And remember, when you do this, allow the money you earn here to keep earning you more. This is what we call compound interest. Money you earn from paying yourself first should be making more money for you. And this is how you build generational wealth, by reinvesting what you have already earned. Yes, I was reading a book that described this very clearly, and it is said this is like having the great grandkids, the grandkids, the grandparents, the parents, and you in terms of money working for you. Yes, so that is how they put it. I felt like it was just natural, because this meant that there is no time that you're going to withdraw. You are not going to withdraw this money until you have like 5 generations of the money in that particular investment, all in different investments working for you. Meaning, if you get interest, you reinvest. If you get interest from that, you reinvest again. If you get interest from that, you reinvest again, making sure that you have enough money or passive income being generated from this paying yourself first money that you have set aside. Yes, so before spending on anything, put money into investment. Make sure it is a non-negotiable. Automate this process if you can, or if you're finding it hard to set aside some money to invest, make sure that you automate the process. And it's pretty simple to automate these processes. You just have to work with your bank, or you just have to work with a money market fund, so that they can be able to automate the process for you, to be setting aside some amount of money as soon as you paid, or as soon as some money hit your bank account, they are able to direct that money to maybe a money market fund or direct that money to another investment. You have no excuse not to do this. You have to do this, and your future self is going to thank you. Make sure that you're paying yourself first. Every time you get something in your account, pay yourself first. Prioritize yourself. Put money aside that is going to be working for you. Okay? Number 2 is always spend less than you earn. I know it sounds simple. Yes, if you want to build wealth, you need to spend less than you earn. The reason why you will get into a cycle of debt is because you're spending more than you're earning. And one way to rectify this is to cut on your expenses. But the most important one is to get another source of income. And please, don't get into the trap of lifestyle inflation, because it's very possible to add a source of income and also inflate your spending or inflate your lifestyle. Track your expenses or your spending and make sure that you have money to invest. Remember, they say you cannot build wealth if you are living paycheck to paycheck. Remember our statistics in the beginning of this video? We said only about 30% of Kenyans consistently cover all their monthly expenses with money left over. So basically, the 70% are living paycheck to paycheck, if not in debt. So no matter your income, if your expenses exceed it, you're headed for financial stress or maybe for financial trouble. The key to wealth is the gap between income and spending. So make sure that you're protecting it. Number 3, have a clear financial goal. Yes, you need to have goals for investing. Otherwise, you'll be walking in a route that have no destination. Goals makes the journey exciting and rewarding. But if you're investing blindly, you will definitely get bored at some point. So make sure that you have different goals for different investments and celebrate when you reach that goal. You want to make things fun and also fulfilling. Start small and also remember to keep growing. The goals don't have to be complicated. You can have a goal to maybe buy an item in the house, or maybe just build an emergency fund, buy a house, or invest for retirement. Define what you want your money to do for you and make them smart goals. You can say, I want to invest 100,000 Kenya shillings as an emergency fund in the next 1 year by investing 10,000 Kenya shillings per month. That is a smart goal. Or I want to save for a vacation in the next 6 months by investing 3,000 Kenya shillings maybe per month. Or maybe I want to be earning 100,000 Kenya shillings when I retire by investing maybe 4,000 Kenya shillings per month in a pension plan for the next 20 years. Something as simple as this. And remember, you need to say where you want to be putting that money, because you want to be earning something as you're saving, which makes it even more exciting. And this makes it an investment and separate it from a saving. Yes, this is earning interest is what makes the difference between a saving and an investment. Okay, you have to be earning something from the money you're putting aside or the money that you're investing. Even if you have a goal, you make sure that you're putting this money in an investment or somewhere that you will be earning your money. Don't put that money in the bank. Okay. And that brings us to number 4 principle. Make sure that you're building an emergency fund. And I have to say, life is very unpredictable. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. And in a situation where you lost your job or you're not in a position to bring in an income, and we have seen this with a lot of people around us. We have seen people getting to a point where they can no longer earn an income. What would happen to you then? Would you go back to your parents' place? Or even if you went to your parents' place, will you be having anything to chip in? Will you be having some money to contribute to this? Will you get depressed? Will you be miserable because you don't even know where to start, or you don't have any money to cushion you for the meantime? Or what will happen to you? You need to start planning for that by putting money aside while you still can, while you're still able to do this. Put this money in a money market fund so that you can continue earning some interest. And the recommended is you put at least an emergency fund that will cover you for 6 months if you're not able to earn any income. So let's say that you spend maybe 50,000 Kenya shillings per month. You should have an emergency fund of around now 300,000 Kenya shillings in an account you can access anytime. This will cover you for 6 months, and I believe in 6 months you will have found another place or another job, or to now start earning you an income. And I also think that this money is enough for, in such a situation, it wouldn't be enough for you to even start a business, or to just have the 6 months will be enough for you to know what to do next, but at least have an income or some money somewhere, saved somewhere or invested somewhere, that will cover you for 6 months in case something happened to you, to your job, or to your salary, or to your income. All right. Our number 5 principle is invest early, or start early, and be consistent. Do it as often as you can. Well, I cannot emphasize the importance of time in investing as much as I would want to. In investing, time makes all the difference. And to illustrate this, let's do an example of a pension plan for different ages. Someone who is in their 30s, no, we start with someone who is in their 20s. Now, then we do someone who is in their 30s and someone who is in their 40s. They want to retire, and these 3 people, they want to retire with 100,000 Kenya shillings per month as pension. Yes, let's see the difference in their contributions so that we can appreciate the value of time in investments. And there is a saying that I saw somewhere that said, time in the market beats timing in the market. So what it means that you need to start early and be consistent. So make sure that you're starting early and be consistent, and start with what you have. Remember, compound interest rewards consistency. If you're not consistent, you're not going to feel, or you're not going to appreciate the power of compound interest. Our principle number 6, you need to know the difference between assets and liabilities. In short, assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out of your pocket. And this is a quote by Robert Kiyosaki, if you know the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. In this book, the author have highlighted a few things, but one thing that maybe stood out for me, and one that I felt that is very key, the fact that he said that your car, your house can be a liability. So long as that car or that house is not putting money into your pocket, then it means that it's a liability. So this means that that car that you have, it's a liability if it's not putting money into your pocket. But I like to put some twist into it for us to understand, because it's not black and white, and sometimes we may have a car that is helping us earn some money but is not earning the money, or it's not bringing money directly to our pocket, but it is helping us get money in an indirect way. And I'll give an example. I have a friend who tells me the kind of job that he does requires him to have a car because of what he sells. If he showed up to meet clients on foot, then these guys, now the clients, won't trust him enough with the business. So you have to look at your situation and decide whether it's a liability or not. And please be honest with yourself. If you're living paycheck to paycheck because of your car, then you need to rethink your decision, your investment decision, if that you are calling that an investment or you are calling that an asset. Here is a good example to put this in a better way. If you are considering buy a car, why don't you first establish a cash flow which will be able to get you a car, or you will be able to service your car in the future. So in short, you make sure that the money that you have right now, you want to buy a car. Maybe you don't really need that car. So if you don't really need that car, make sure that you're putting this money to maybe a business or something that will be bringing you some cash flows. And then after that, you can take that money from now the cash flows to buy a car, or to maybe be able to service the car, to make sure that you're not living paycheck to paycheck. So make sure that you buy things that grow your wealth, not just things that look good in the socials, okay? And to our principle number 7, make sure that you're tracking your spending. Oh, This is a hard one, but a very important one, and I still struggle with this, but I'm also working very hard on it. Someone once said that you cannot manage what you don't track, or what gets measured gets managed, okay? So make sure that you're tracking your spending, and you remember that you cannot fix what you cannot see. Know where your money is going each month so that you can be able to reveal your habits and values, and also be able to identify where you can improve on your money habits. Yes, if you know a good tracking tools, you can recommend in the comment section for us, because this is a very important piece of the puzzle that we need to master, but it's also very hard to do. So if you know a good tracking tool for our expenses, make sure that you recommend it in the comment section below so that we can look at it, because this one is a hard one. I'm telling you, I have struggled with this. Tell me whether it's only me. If you have struggled with this too, let me know, and let me know how that is taking you, because we need to master tracking our spending and tracking our money, because it is so important even when it comes to investments, and when it comes to just managing money. Okay, remember, you cannot fix what you cannot see. Okay, so our principle number 8 is use debt wisely. Whoa, this is another one that will never allow us to invest. I know there is good and bad debt, but tell me why some banks charge 20% interest on loans. Isn't that just crazy? I think we should all run banks, or maybe open banks. We will be roaring in money. I mean, money market funds and treasury bills are not even giving us that 20%. They're just giving us 10%, and banks are making 20% in interest. And to make it worse, this is other people's money. Yes, your money that you have kept in a savings account. They're making 20% of what they are giving out from your money. Please go get your money now and invest yourself. Sorry for shouting, but please go get your money. Anyway, to say the least on this, avoid debt that will not bring you cash flows or money. They call it consumer debt. Avoid consumer debt at all costs. Borrowing money to spend, that is not wise. If you must borrow, do it for an investment that generates income, e.g., for example, education, business, real estate, and things like that, and assess the potential of investment you're making before you go get that loan. I was living in a certain apartment sometimes back, which was financed through debt, and it got to a point where the bank was repossessing the apartment because the rent was not enough. And this is so sad, but this is the reality in the ground. After all the stress you go through putting up an apartment, and at the end of the day, they end up repossessing the house. This is so sad. Someone once told me that if you want to take a loan, you need to at least have some cash to kickstart the project, and only get a loan to finish the projects. Otherwise, you'll start a project and money won't be enough to complete that project, and you in a hospital because of depression and other illnesses that are brought by such stress. So guys, take care. Debt isn't bad. Irresponsible use of debt is. Okay, keep that in mind. Principle number 9, keep learning about money. A quote from Warren Buffett: the best investment you can make is in yourself. It can be in form of time or in form of money. Good thing that we have free information on platforms like Study of Wealth, and here we speak about investment opportunities, reviews, and also tips. And for those who don't have time to go through different videos or want to a detailed session, I also do one-on-one consultation session, and of course at a fee. Financial literacy is a lifelong journey. The more you know, the better decision you make when it comes to investment and to money. Our principle number 10, don't let money control your life. Yes, money is a tool. It's not a master. Make sure that you manage your money, but don't let it define your worth. Use it to build freedom, not to stress, okay? I was watching one of my favorite people on TikTok. I will put her name here, and she said, money is the lowest form of abundance in the grand scheme of things, and this has no addition to it. Make sure that you're working on your health, work on your relationship, work on yourself, work on your mental health, money will always follow. Now, let me know which one you're working on, or maybe one that resonates best with you. And if you're looking for places to invest and earn interest, here is a video on 5 investments you can make and earn great returns. Happy investing. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in our next video. Bye.